Yat A Shike Do Shirane She Annalisa Rockbridge Yunshe. Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Yes, all is good. I'm Annalisa Rockbridge, and I'm going to be your yoga or your asana guide this afternoon. I hope you've had enough time to roll out your mat and join me on your mat in a nice seated position. This afternoon, we're going to start in a cross-legged position. So we're going to have the right shin crossed in front of the left shin. So let's root down through the sit bones, grab any blocks, blankets, or bolsters you need to lift your hips up. I have my trusty block underneath my right knee, and it's gonna help support my torn meniscus. Hands can either be on the thighs or the knees, resting down so you can send love out into the world, or resting up so you can send love or receive the love around you. But let's go ahead and take 3 cleansing breaths together. So taking root down through the sit bones and taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then make some noise as you open your mouth and sigh it out. Very nice. Let's do that again. Nice deep breath into the nose. Feel how the chest rises up and allow the shoulder heads to move away from the ears, and then open your mouth and sigh out all the air you're holding onto. Very nice. Let's build onto that. So root down through the sit bones. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Pause at the top of your breath. And then maybe open mouth, sigh, exhale, let everything go. Very nice. Let's imprint that into our breath, into our body. So root down through the sit bones. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Feel how the chest rises up, and then pause at the top of your breath. Allow the shoulder heads to move away from the ears, and then open your mouth and sigh out all the air. Very nice. Let's continue to add on to that. So root down through the sit bones. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Pause at the top of your breath. Sip in just a little bit more air. And then open mouth, sigh, exhale. Let it all go. Last time together. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Pause at the top of the breath. Maybe choose to sip in a little bit more air. And then let it all go. Very nice. Let's make our way onto our hands and our knees. So let's make into a neutral tabletop position. Allow the feet and the shins to push down into the mat. Allow the knees to stack directly underneath the hips. Long neutral spine. And then the hands are going to plant onto the mat, stack directly underneath your shoulders. Nice neutral tabletop position. When you're ready, push down into the hands, push down into the feet. Draw your chest and your sternum through your arms, and then allow your gaze to walk up towards the wall. Allow the tailbone to go straight up into the sky and the belly to drop down towards the mat. As you exhale, continue to push down into the mat with your hands, and then begin to arch your upper back, your thoracic spine. Allow the lower belly to draw in towards the midline, and then allow the tailbone to draw down towards the mat for cat pose. When you're ready, with an inhale, draw the chest and the sternum through the arms. Allow the tailbone to go up towards the sky. Maybe the gaze starts to walk up the wall. Cow pose. And then when you're ready, as you exhale, slowly pushing down into the mat so that the upper thoracic spine begins to round. Draw the lower belly in towards your midline, and then allow the tailbone to go down towards the mat for a cat pose. Moving at your own breath and your own space. Inhale when you're ready for cow pose. So draw the sternum through the arms, belly drops down towards the mat, tailbone goes up towards the sky. And then when you're ready for your cat pose, how slowly can you articulate your spine? Articulating the vertebrae one vertebrae at a time. And then the chin goes in towards the chest. You round the upper back, the lower belly goes in towards the midline, and the tailbone drops down towards the mat. Let's do one more time on your own, moving to your own breath and to your own rhythm. And then when you are ready, let's take a look up at your hands. Walk your hands forward maybe an inch or two. Hover your knees up off of the mat, and then lift your hips up and back into your first Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. In this first downward dog, it's pretty late in the afternoon, so maybe you want to put a generous bend in the knees and come high up onto the tippy toes. It might feel good to pedal out your dog, so allow the right heel to come down towards the mat and lift your left heel up into the sky. And then when you're ready, on an exhale, allow the left heel to come down, and then when right heel rises up into the sky on an inhale. Continuing to move in your own breath and your own movement. Look up at your hands. Make sure that they're pointing straight forward. If you need to make some more space in the shoulders, turn your hands out ever so slightly to the right and to the left. Continue to push down into the hands to protect the wrists. And then allow the upper outer arms to roll back down towards the mat. So that's the triceps to roll back. Beautiful. You're doing very good. When you're ready, put a deep, generous bend in your knees, and then step the right foot up to the right hand, and then step the left foot up to the left hand. You're at a forward fold at the top of the mat, Uttanasana. Maybe we put a deep, generous bend in our knees so that the top of our chest rests onto the top of the thighs. And then when you're ready, start shifting the weight forward into your toes and straightening out the legs any amount that is comfortable for you today. As you shift forward into your toes, maybe you start to feel the stretch in behind the thighs and the hamstring area. With your next breath, allow the hands to float onto your hips. Straighten out the legs. With a strong legs and strong spine, straighten all the way up into the sky, coming into Tadasana. Very nice, everybody. So root down, push down into your big toe, push down into your pinky toe. Find the outer edges of your heel. Draw up through the inseams of the sole by drawing the kneecaps up the legs. Allow the tailbone to drop down towards the mat, and then draw the frontal hip points up towards the ribs. Allow your frontal ribs to draw back towards your spine, and then lift the chest and the sternum up towards the sky. Allow the shoulder heads to move away from the ears by placing the hands next to your waist. As if your hands or fingertips had little weights on them, allow the shoulder heads to continue to move away from the ears. Maybe finding a spot in front of you that is not moving. This would be your dristi. Maybe allowing the eyes to softly blink closed and setting an intention for the rest of your evening, or maybe just for this practice. That intention might be to just work on listening skills this afternoon and not anticipate the next move. Or maybe it's just to honor yourself today and be truthful to yourself today and to use modifications when necessary. It's your practice, it's your intention. When you're ready, let's begin to flow. With an inhale, allow your arms to float forward and above. Allow the pinkies to lead up towards the sky so you have a full external rotation through the shoulders. At the top of the head, the palms face each other, and then pick the back of the ribs up off of the waist. As you exhale, hinge over your thighs for Uttanasana, forward fold. There can be a deep bend in the knees if you need to. Maybe tense your hands next to your feet. Keep leaning forward into the toes. And then on an inhale, slide your hands underneath your knees. Straighten out the spine for Ardha Uttanasana. Keep looking down, straight down at the floor in front of you, shifting the weight into the toes. As you exhale, fold back over the thighs, Uttanasana. With a micro bend in the knees, maybe, push down into your feet to stand all the way up into the sky. Arms float up and above your head. Palms face each other. As you exhale, draw the hands straight down the center for Samastitihi. Very nice. Let's do that again. As we inhale, the arms float forward and above, allowing the pinkies to lead up towards the sky. With an exhale, hinge over your thighs, Uttanasana, forward fold. Very nice. Inhale, come up halfway with the long spine. Maybe the hands stay on the floor and you straighten out the back. Pull the shoulder heads away from the ears and then keep leaning forward into your toes. As you exhale, fold back over your thighs. Top of the head goes down towards the mat. Inhale to stand all the way up into the sky. Maybe this time the palms touch as they come straight down the center for Samasthiti. One more time together with an inhale, arms float up and above your head. Grow tall through the sides of the waist. When you're ready, exhale, fold over your thighs, Uttanasana. Inhale, come up halfway with a long spine. Maybe draw the shoulder heads away from each other as you continue to lean forward. With an exhale, fold back over the thighs, Uttanasana. Inhale to stand all the way up into the sky. Hands touch at the top of your head, and this time look up at your thumbs. As you exhale, hands come straight down the center, Samasthiti. Very nice. Let's build onto that. With an inhale, the arms flow out to the side and up and above your head. Seal the palms, look at the thumbs. Exhale, fold over your thighs, Uttanasana. Keep shifting the weight forward into the toes. Lift your head up for Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold back over the thighs. Hands come down towards the mat. Right foot steps back, left foot steps back. You're at a top of a push-up. As you exhale, both knees come down towards the mat. Bend your elbows halfway, Chaturanga Dandasana. Allow your body to completely unroll onto your mat. Push down into all 10 toes. Draw the ankles in towards each other. Push down into your pubic bone and then draw your hands back next to your ribs. Nice. Inhale, both elbows come in towards each other as you push into the mat and lift the forehead and the chest away from the mat. Bhunjane Asana, baby cobra. Beautiful. As you exhale, forehead comes down towards the mat. Push into your hands and knees and come into a neutral tabletop position. Nice. Pick the hips up and back, coming back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Keep pushing down into the hands, evenly distributing into your feet. Maybe take a peek back at your feet so that the heels are displayed outwards, tucking behind your second toe. You're doing great. Let's look up at our hands. The right foot steps up to the right hand, and then the left foot steps up. We're at the top of the mat in a forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, come up halfway with the long spine, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, fold back over your thighs. Push down into the feet to stand all the way up into the sky. Maybe the palms touch, maybe we look up at our thumbs. As you exhale, hands come straight down the center, Samasthiti. Very nice. Let's do the other side. With an inhale, arms float up and above our head. Palms touch, look up at the thumbs. As you exhale, pick the back of the ribs up off the waist and fold over your thighs, Uttanasana. With an inhale, keep shifting forward, lift the head up, pull the shoulder heads away from each other, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold over the thighs, left foot steps back, and then the right foot steps back. We're at a top of a push-up. This time, come all the way forward onto your tippy toes, shift forward. Bend the elbows halfway down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Keep the hips lifted and flip over the tops of your feet. Push down into the feet, keep the hips lifted. Pull the pubic bone up towards the shoulders, and then lift the chest and the sternum up into the sky for Ardha Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Keep pushing down into the fingers and the thumbs to protect your wrist. Maybe there's a micro bend in the elbows to draw the shoulder heads away from each other to spread across. Exhale, pull the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Beautiful job, everybody. Let's take 2 to 3 breaths here in this downward facing dog. Maybe recognizing the heat that we're making within our body. Noticing how our exhales have maybe shortened. Let's see if we can extend those exhales to meet the inhales. Continuing to work on our Ujjayi breathing. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Smooth, gentle exhale out through the nose. And let's look up at our hands. Left foot steps up to the left hand, right foot steps up. Come up halfway with the long spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold back over the thighs. Inhale to stand all the way up into the sky, the palms seal, and maybe we look up at the thumbs. As you exhale, hands come straight down the center, Samastitihi. Very nice, everybody. Let's continue to build onto that. With an inhale, arms float up and above your head. Sink the hips down into the heels for Utkatasana, chair pose. Look down at your toes. Make sure you can see all 10 of them. If you can't, keep shifting the weight back into your heels, moving the shins backwards, and then pick the sternum up again off of the thighs. Keep this deep bend in the knees. As you exhale, fold over your thighs, Uttanasana, forward fold. Beautiful. Keep shifting the weight forward. Inhale, come up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Maybe just the head lifts. Exhale, right foot steps back, left foot steps back. Yogi's choice to either put the knees down or come straight into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to find your back bend, so Bhunjani Asana or Urdhva Mukha. As you exhale, pull your hips up and back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Very nice. Without skipping a beat, the right foot steps up to the right hand and seal the back of the mat with your left foot. Draw the right hip back. As you inhale, float the arms up and above your head for Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Very nice. Left hip guides forward. As you exhale, same breath rides you all the way down through Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to find your back bend, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. As you exhale, hips come up and back, downward facing dog. Very nice. Left foot steps up to the left hand. Draw the left hip back. Right foot seals the back of the mat. Inhale, arms flow up and above your head. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Very nice. Strong, straight back leg. As you exhale, hands come straight down the center onto the mat. Either move it through your version of a vinyasa or skip it altogether and meet us in downward facing dog. In down dog, maybe taking 3 to 5 breaths this time. Again, recognizing the heat that you're making within the body. I'm going to open my door. But in this downward facing dog, maybe choosing to put a deep bend into the knees, lift the hips up a little bit higher. Making space into your lower back, the sides of your waist. Let's look up at the hands. Hop, step, or jump up to the top of your mat. And then inhale, draw the hands underneath the knees. Ardha Uttanasana forward. As you exhale, fold back over your thighs, Uttanasana. Inhale, sink the hips into the heels. Arms float up next to your arms. Utkatasana, chair pose. As you exhale, hands come straight down the center, Samastitihi. Very nice, everybody. So let's take up the let's take up the room of our mat, the real estate. So take a nice wide step out to the right. And from deep within your right hip socket, externally rotate your entire right thigh, knee, shin, and foot 90 degrees out to the right. Let's drop that back left heel at a 45-degree angle and make sure the right foot is at a right heel, left arch alignment. Put a nice, deep, generous bend in that right knee and keep drawing the right hip underneath you. Allow the hands to spread out towards a T, and then with an inhale, draw the torso up off of the right thigh, stacking the shoulders above the hips. Very nice. As you exhale, keep extending through your left hand so that you get it spread across the chest and the collarbones. Maybe the gaze is over the right middle finger. Maybe we choose to peek down at that right baby pinky toe. If you can, draw your right knee towards that right pinky toe. Sink just a little bit deeper and breathe. When you're ready, let's straighten out that right leg, hop the left foot in, and let's come into a heel to heel arch alignment. Extend your hands out to a T and reach forward with your right hand. Reach so far forward, the right hand lands on the right shin. Left hand draws straight up into the sky for Trikonasana triangle pose. If you have a block, I'm a very big fan of a block right here. Place the block on the outside of your right ankle and place your hand on your block. There should be a leaning back sensation. So the left hand is drawing straight up into the sky. The right ribs are rolling up towards the sky. The chest is rolling up towards the sky. With an inhale, pull your forehead away from the midline. Maybe look up at the corner of the ceiling. Very nice. When you're ready, strong legs, strong spine, rise you back up into the sky. Parallel your feet out so they're facing forward, and then drop your heels back so that you're pigeon-toed and your toes are pointing forward and your heels are back. Hands come onto the hips. With an inhale, draw up to the chest and the sternum. As you exhale, fold over your thighs down the center. Hands can come straight down onto the mat. Allow the hands to stack directly underneath your shoulders and keep shifting the weight forward into your toes. You should feel this in the inner thighs. This is an adductor stretch. When you're ready, begin to walk your hands back, drawing your elbows in towards each other for Chaturanga arms. The crown of the head comes down towards the mat as you make your way back towards your feet. Keep leaning forward into your toes. Don't crunch the mat with your toes. Release the toes. Take a deep breath in through the nose and breathe. When things get hard, let's use our breath. Breathe into the back of the legs. Breathe into the inner thighs. Keep shifting forward. And then when you're ready, begin to walk your hands forward. On an inhale, lift up halfway. Very nice. As you exhale, hands come onto the hips and stand all the way up into the sky. Very nice, everybody. Let's do the other side. So from deep within our left hip socket, let's externally rotate that entire left thigh, knee, shin, and foot out 90 degrees. Drop the right heel back at a 45-degree angle. We are at a left heel, right arch alignment. Deep, generous bend in that left knee. Let's take a peek at that left pinky toe and draw the left knee towards that left pinky toe. Extend the hands out to a T, and then on an inhale, draw the sternum up off of that left thigh, stacking the shoulders above the hips. Continue to reach back with your right arm to have a full extension. And then breathe. Trust that you're here in this Virabhadrasana too, that you've landed in the pose. The gaze can either be at me, hi, or you can kick it over at your left middle finger, whatever yogi's choice. Settling just a little bit deeper into your Vira 2. When you're ready, straighten out that left thigh. Hop the right foot in so that you're at a heel to heel alignment. Extend the hands out to a T and then reach forward with your left hand. Reach so far forward, the left hand lands either on the left shin, ankle, or on the block next to your ankle. Right hand comes straight up into the sky. There should be a little bit of a leaning back sensation. Push down into your left big toe to maybe have a micro bend in that left knee so we're not locking it out. When you're ready, pull the forehead away from the midline. Maybe look up at the corner ceiling. These are all just offerings. We don't have to do anything. We just need to breathe. You guys are all doing a beautiful job. Stick with it. Let's pass back up with strong legs, strong spine. Come draw up into the center, parallel the feet out, maybe heel toe the feet together, and then nice hop, step, jump up to the top of the mat. Very nice, everybody. So with an inhale, arms float up and above your head. As you exhale, fold over your thighs, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the head up for Ardha Uttanasana. Keep shifting the weight forward into your toes. As you exhale, hop, step, jump back. Yogi's choice to move it through a vinyasa, so chaturanga, urdhva mukha. So either, or else you can just meet us in downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Remember, all of these asanas are all just choices. We don't have to take every single one, unless you have the energy today. From downward facing dog, allow both of your elbows to come down towards the mat and in towards each other. So draw the elbows in, push down into your hands, push down into the palms, and then begin to walk your feet in towards your face for dolphin pose. Allow the hips to draw up towards the sky, stacking the shoulder heads above the elbows. When you're ready, allow both knees to come down towards the mat for Balasana, child's pose. And then if you are a fan of Pincha Mayurasana, go ahead and set up for that by drawing the elbows in towards each other, lift the hips up, and then continuing to walk the feet into towards the face. With an inhale, draw the right foot up towards the sky. As you exhale, draw the right hip down towards the mat so we're not cranking that hip open. On a next inhale, come up high onto your left tippy toes, very nice. Maybe seeing how that feels. When you're ready, both feet, or the right foot comes down towards the mat and then come back down into child's pose for a rest. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to pick our hips back up, walk maybe 1 foot closer towards our face. Inhale, left foot comes straight up into the sky. As you exhale, keep drawing that left hip down towards the mat so that they're squared. With the next inhale, draw up onto the right tippy toes. Very nice, everybody. Maybe we catch air on this side. Just recognizing and noticing how each side is different. When you're ready, come down into Balasana, resting pose, child's pose. Sinking the hips onto the heels. This time, walk your hands completely forward so that we're in extended child's pose, an active child's pose. As if I were in the room next to you and stood next to you and squatted down next to you and sat next to you. Place my hands on your lower back. Take a nice deep breath in. Expand my hands that are sitting onto your lower back. So breathe breath into the back of your ribs. Very nice. When you're ready, let's sit all the way up onto our buttocks. So swing the feet out in front of you, straight out in front of you. Have the feet come in towards each other, extended straight out in front of you, and then sit down into your buttocks. When you're ready, allow the right foot to come in and place your right foot against your left thigh. If you need to place a block under your right knee, go ahead and do that now. Continue to drive through your left heel and internally rotating your left thigh so that all 5 toes point straight up into the sky. With an inhale, allow the arms to float up and above your head. We've been here before. As you exhale, hinge over your left thigh and grab it onto maybe the shins, the side of the mat, or interlace around your foot for Janu Sirsasana. Very nice, everybody. Continuing to breathe here. Maybe recognizing how the body is starting to cool down. The heart rate has started to lower. Keep drawing back to that left hip. When you're ready, as you inhale, just lift the head up. And then exhale, let go of whatever it is you're holding on to and extend the right leg straight out in front of you. Very nice. When you're ready, let's draw that left foot in towards the right thigh and actively push that left foot in towards the right thigh. With an inhale, float the arms up and above your head. This time, maybe take your torso and slightly turn towards your right thigh. As you exhale, hinge over your leg and interlace either around the foot, grab onto the sides of your mat or your shin. And if your mind begins to wander, that's completely natural, completely normal. If your thoughts take you to a memory or a plan, just honor your thoughts, but recognize that it's moved away from your breath, and take a nice deep breath in through the nose. On your next exhale, let go of the side of the foot, whatever it is you're holding on to, and then roll down onto your backs on the mat. We're not in Savasana yet, so don't get too excited. But when you make it onto the mat, allow both knees, so coming into your chest for Apanasana, maybe giving yourself a nice squeeze, side to side, a little lower lumbar massage. And then extend the hands straight out to the side. If you don't have the room, go ahead and goal post your arms or cactus your arms so the palms are straight up into the sky. And then allow both knees to drop over towards the right side. With the next inhale, maybe we turn our gaze over towards the left hand. Inhale to find length to the size of the waist. Always growing tall. As you exhale, maybe the right hand comes onto the outer edge of the left knee. Very nice. Continue to breathe here in this nice simple twist. I have an awesome neighbor. All right, so allow both knees to come back up into the center. Very nice. Giving yourself one little squeeze again. And then this time we're going to put the left foot down towards the mat. Draw the left hip underneath you so that the right hip stacks on top. And then allow both knees to come over towards the left. Inhale, grow tall through the sides of the waist. And then as you exhale, maybe the gaze turns over towards the right hand, allowing the right shoulder to get heavy and stay in contact with the mat. Inhale to always grow tall to the sides of the waist. Maybe as we exhale, the left hand comes onto the outer edge of the right knee. Very nice. Continuing to move inward, allowing our exhales to lengthen out to meet the inhales. One more nice deep breath in through the nose. And then when you're ready, as you exhale, draw both knees into your chest, giving yourself one last squeeze for the night. And then extend both legs out in front of you, coming to our final pose of the day, Shavasana. So let's make any final movements we need to in this pose. So with a deep breath in through the nose, as you exhale, allow the right hand to extend out towards the right, so the back of the hand is on the floor. And then allow the left hand to extend out to the left, so the back of the left hand is on the floor. Again, deep breath in through the nose, let the chest rise up. And then as you exhale, allow the right foot to roll out towards the right and the left foot to roll out towards the left. When you're ready, take a deep breath into the nose. Open mouth, sigh, exhale, let it all go. Bringing our attention over towards the right shoulder, the right elbow, the right wrist and hand. Let's take a nice deep breath in towards the palm. And then as you exhale, bring your awareness over towards the right side of your chest. Taking a nice deep breath in, feeling up how the chest rises up. And then as you exhale, allowing the right solar plexus to draw in towards the midline and getting a little bit smaller. As you inhale, drawing your attention over towards the right hip. And then as we exhale, how the right leg gets a little bit heavier and continues to roll out towards the right. Bringing our awareness to the right knee, the right ankle, and the right foot. Continue to breathe, taking a nice deep breath into the entire right side of your body. And then as you exhale, maybe noticing how the right side is just a little bit lighter. With our next inhale, let's bring our attention over towards the left side of the left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, the left elbow and the left arm get a little bit heavier as it displays out towards the left wrist and the back of the hand. Taking a nice deep breath into the palm. As you exhale, allowing the chest to lower down towards the mat. Bringing the attention to the left solar plexus. As you inhale, maybe it gets a little bit bigger. And then as you exhale, the left solar plexus begins to shrink and get a little bit smaller. Inhale, breathe into the left hip. And then as we exhale, the left leg gets heavier and the left knee begins to roll open towards the left. Bringing our attention to the left ankle and the left foot. With every inhale, as you exhale, let it all go. Inhale, let's bring our attention to the throat. As you exhale, allowing the breath to gently leave through your lips. With every inhale, maybe feeling how the air moves across the nostrils. Last time together, let's take a deep breath in and bring our awareness to the area that's in between the eyebrows. And as you exhale, maybe noticing the little light that gets just a little bit brighter with every inhale and every exhale. When you're ready, let's start to invite movements back into our body. Maybe little ankle rolls, maybe little wrist rolls. And then when you're ready, allow yourself to roll over to your favorite side. Let your hand get heavy and touch the floor. And let's just pause in this fetal position, feeling safe. And surrender to the floor, to Mother Earth underneath us, letting her support us as she has every day. And then when you're ready, push down into the floor with your hand and then lift your body straight up to Great Father Sky. Allowing the left shin to cross in front of the right, So coming into a Sukhasana position the same way that we started our practice. Bringing both hands in towards the center or onto your knees, facing down. And just recognizing the work that you've done today on your mat. The hardest part is always showing up, but you've already done that. The highest light in me sees and honors the highest light in all of you. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for joining me this evening for our Vinyasa Flow. I do have one more class, which would be the Intro to Level 3, Zoom style. Again, I am bringing this Zoom style to you so that we get all the benefits as everybody else. Yoga is expensive, and I'm not quite sure why. It's very expensive, and it needs to be accessible to more people. And I think it needs to be accessible to the people that need it the most. And that's why I'm here bringing it to you, because I was one of those people that needed it the most. I would travel everywhere for free yoga class. I would see signs in different cities, Venice, Santa Monica, Hermosa, all these different beaches and places, free yoga class. And I used to ride my bike to Patagonia in Santa Monica for a free yoga class, which was 15 miles away, because I used to love yoga, and I do love yoga, and it was just really, really expensive, and I couldn't afford it. So I got on my bike and I rode them 15 miles to get the free class. I would wake up and I would search, for free whenever I would go buy something. If they had a free class, I would definitely be signing up for it. And it was hard to always have a consistent practice and always trying to look for a free consistent practice. So I had exhausted a lot of the 1 week free classes that you get at all the studios. I've exhausted a lot of the Groupons. And it can be stressful when you go to donation-based classes because you don't know how much to donate to. And all of that is very stressful. So it kind of takes away from the yoga. So this is why I'm trying to be consistent with bringing you yoga. And I want to bring it to you in all the different formats that are available to everybody else. So just because everybody else can afford the Zoom $20 classes, I can't, and I would love to take those classes by some of my favorite teachers, but I can't afford to take $20 classes by everybody that I love. Love to support them, and trust me, I do try to do drop-ins, but this is a consistency and practice, so we need to be consistent with it. And the only way I know I can be consistent is by teaching. So I want to make sure that if I'm teaching to you guys. And I appreciate everybody that watches these videos, everybody that supports me by sharing these videos. I'm happy to always design a class, if you want to do hips, shoulders, just let me know, leave comments, and I'm happy to do what you would like. So I hope everybody has a great weekend. I'm going to be posting, I believe, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. I will try to get that schedule out as soon as possible, but we're gonna be, So hey, everybody, have a great night, drink lots of water, and I hope to see you next week. Good night.